Hello everyone, how are we all doing today? Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided, because it's spooky season, you gotta be a bit scary. So I've decided to do kind of like remaking famous family friendly horror villains. So I'm not saying they're villains, no, that was the wrong word. Horror characters I think is more suitable. So we're kicking it all off with the Addams family. So I am going to be doing a few of these, so if you've got any recommendations, they have to be family friendly though. Like I'm doing the Addams family. I've already done Coraline as well, which will be uploaded at some point this week. But yeah, if you've got any ideas, let me know down below, because yeah, I need ideas. So we're starting off with, I always forget the names, but this guy, you know what he's called. It was really difficult to find his suit and stuff, and yeah, it was just really hard. Making the whole family was really hard, to be honest with you, because I tried to make them more based off the live action version rather than the cartoon version, because the cartoon version, it doesn't really show, does it? Let's be real, it's not perfect. So I thought the live action version, it's the original, it has to be done. So it's not perfect, like I said, because it's really difficult to make real life people in The Sims 4. I know some people are really talented at it, and I envy you, because my god, I'm not. I can make cartoon characters because they're like really big expressions and stuff and all that kind of stuff, but with real life people, it's a lot more difficult. It's so much more difficult. Morticia, really pretty. I love Morticia. I love everything about her. She's so cool. I was a bit annoyed about Wednesday though, because I didn't have like plaits that went down, so I kind of had to give her like the new hair, but it wasn't perfect and I was kind of annoyed about that. But you've just got to kind of use your imagination really, because I don't have any packs or anything that have like plaits, and I don't know why they're not in base game, so I don't know. But with Pugsley I felt quite bad because I forgot to press record for making him. So you've kind of just got to see like the finished products and stuff, and I felt a bit bad, to be honest. Then Uncle Fester, obviously I had to include him because he is iconic. Yeah, he's so cool. I love Uncle Fester, I love everything about him. He was always my favourite character, even though he creeped me out, but yeah. So that's the whole family. These are available on my gallery, and so is the house as well. My gallery ID is Kelsey Keenan 727. I will also put that in the description below, because yeah, I talk very fast. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making these. I really did. It was great. I loved it. The house, however, I really wanted to put it in Forgotten Hollow, which is the vampire world, because it fits the aesthetic, doesn't it? Really, it really does fit. However, and I'm just saying this, none of the lots were big enough to put it in. So I kind of had to like downsize a little bit with it, so it's not completely authentic, so I'm sorry for all like the massive Addams Family fans, because it's not perfect, but I did the best I could, and it is based on the actual floor plan. It is heavily based on the Addams Family. So yeah. I also took some creative liberties, because the floor plan that I saw online didn't have like the tower and stuff, it didn't have any of that kind of stuff, so I added it myself, because it has to be a bit gothic, doesn't it, really? And it looks so bland without the towers and stuff, so something had to be done about that. So I took matters into my own hands, again, like I always do. I really liked it though, it was really cool. I really enjoyed making it. I love gothic builds. I've just said like 5 things in a row, I'm very sorry, but gothic builds are incredible. They are so cool. Like, if I was going to live anywhere, I'd want to live in like a massive gothic mansion, but at the same time I'm terrified of the dark, so I wouldn't. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It really fits into the world as well, I think, because it is heavily based around like the vampire pack and stuff, so it does work in that sense, and I'm very proud of myself for that, because I didn't think it was going to work. Like, just between you and me, I thought it was going to go terribly. I also made the stupid mistake of doing it in winter, so you can't even see like the flooring or anything. You can't see anything like that. it was a mess, it was a hot mess, and it was a struggle, like, it was definitely a struggle, but I had fun with it, and that's all that matters. You know, like, if you don't have fun in The Sims, then why are you even playing with it? That's the real questions. The kitchen I really struggled with as well, because I had to downsize and stuff, it kind of squished the kitchen, but I made it work, and that's like all that matters. The flooring was really annoying as well, because I kept changing the design, and it was just a mess, but I was really happy with the way it turned out and stuff, and yeah, it excited me. The whole reason I did this was because my siblings were over, and they added like a new Halloween section to Netflix and stuff, as a lot of you may already know they have. But yeah, we watched the Addams Family, like the cartoon version, and I thought, you know what, their house is incredible, I have got to build that. And I looked it up, and it was quite easy to build. It remarkably easy, like, it was, I've never really seen anything that easy to build that had such like grandeur to it, so that was fun. I really enjoyed that. The staircase annoyed me. A lot of stuff did annoy me with this build though, because nothing was working. It took like 3 days to complete this because it just kept confusing me, but yeah, I think it ended up quite well. I was quite proud of myself anyway. But let me know, like I said, if you've got any other like characters you want me to build, because that's a word. If you've got any other characters you want me to build and stuff, then just let me know, because I am loving this. I adore all this kind of stuff. I love Halloween so much, but at the same time, I don't like doing any of the traditions and stuff. Like, I don't go trick-or-treating. I've never gone trick-or-treating, never, just because I don't understand it. Like, I don't know, the whole concept of just asking for food spooks me. It spooks me more than Halloween. But yeah, it was good fun. That's all that matters, is it was good fun. So yeah, and I thought them windows were absolutely perfect. I think they're the exact same windows that are on the Goth's house, but it works, it really works. And the placement, it may look a bit jarring, but this is the exact placement of how it looks on the floor plan and stuff, so it's what I went with. I decided to copy the floor plan basically perfectly, as much as I could. But yeah, I do struggle like working from a floor plan, definitely, because it's so constricting. Like, it's so, you're stuck in this little tiny box, and then you have to just work within that box, and I don't like doing it. I just don't. But this was fun. However, I would have preferred to not do it without a floor plan, definitely. I did heavily rely on the vampire pack as well. I wish we had more spooky stuff that was base game, because that would be sick, but we don't really have any spooky stuff that's base game, which is quite annoying. Like, even the spooky stuff pack, like, I've seen it, I've not got it, so I might be talking absolute rubbish here. I've not got it, but it doesn't look that spooky to me. It really doesn't. Like, it doesn't look spooky. So what's the reasoning behind that? If it's the spooky stuff pack and it's not that spooky. Like, I want, like, I don't know, like a machete. like weapons, like stuff like that, like a sword. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I want from spooky stuff pack. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, it's great, I love the vampire pack and stuff, but I just wish there was more scary stuff that I could have put in this build, because like when it came to like Pugsley's room, I was struggling. I really was, because like he's into like explosives and stuff, innit? But obviously I didn't have any explosives, so I just kind of had to put like loads of get to work stuff in. It basically just looks like he's a doctor now. I don't know, I don't quite know what's going on, but yeah, it was concerning, so there's that. My cat's just stood on the bed shaking. I don't quite know what's up with her. But anyway, I decided to put like a ton of clutter in as well, because if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know I am obsessed with clutter. I am absolutely obsessed with clutter. I'm in love. I love making a house look absolutely lived in. I think it's so cool. Because The Sims 4, it's not very realistic. Like, I've seen gameplay for The Sims 3 and stuff that looks so much more realistic. I will be getting The Sims 3. So if you want me to review The Sims 3 on my channel, then let me know. But I should hopefully get that for like Christmas or something, hopefully. But yeah, it looks so much more realistic in The Sims 3 than The Sims 4. So when you're trying to make like a real life house that's not like a cartoon, it's a lot more difficult to do because your options are kind of limited, aren't they, really? It makes it more difficult, definitely, anyway. I don't know if anyone else feels that way or if I'm just mourning. I don't know, but yeah. There's 2 living rooms. There's actually 3 living rooms in this whole house, and that's not my choice. That is the choice of whoever designed this house, which it's cool. It shows like how much money they've got, how wealthy they are, but it were also very, very stressful to make all like 3 different individual living rooms but still make them gothic. And again, that is because there's not much availability in The Sims. I did find some like, do you know them like gardening set, the wall decorations that's like massive, that came with base game? I sized that down and it just looks like a torture device, so that's quite cool. I don't know what I was kind of going for with this. I don't know what my finishing purpose was meant to be, but I don't know. It just kind of looks more like a gothic house than actually the Addams family house in the end. You can definitely see like the why did I say culture? The like features in it that relate to the Addams family. Like in Pugsley's room there's also like mechanical stuff. In Wednesday's room there's also creepy stuff. Do you know what I mean? It kind of makes sense in that way. But there were also like a closet for Wednesday. What does Wednesday need a closet for? She has like one outfit and it's just black. You know, like she doesn't need like a big fancy closet. I'm guessing it's because she is a child still, which is something we got to bear in mind, that even though she is absolutely psychotic, she is still a child, and you know, she probably still likes children's things like toys and closets. You know, like that's the kind of message that I pulled from it, but I don't know if I was just going way too philosophical or not. I'm not sure. But anyway, the dining room was really, really cool. I really enjoyed making the dining room. Again, ton of clutter. The chest really came in handy for this whole build. Like, I just had a lot of fun with it. The big spooky dining table with the spooky chairs, and then like the kind of like dark red wallpaper. It just is so atmospheric and I love it. I absolutely adore stuff like that. I think it's so cool. I also put an aquarium in because it felt like it fit. Like, it felt like something that they would have that's kind of like a guilty pleasure. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they'd have an aquarium. Just why not? But yes, like I said, a lot of stuff from the Vampire Park. I didn't watch the Addams Family much growing up. I was more kind of like a Tim Burton kind of girl, you know, I more preferred that kind of stuff. But I've got back into it again recently and I think it's quite cool. Like, I do love the storyline about like how they're like chased out and stuff, and they have to kind of live in hiding because people see them as freaks. I think that's quite cool. I think that is a really cool storyline, and I think it makes a lot of sense as well, which, you know, that's like the most important thing about a film, is it has to make sense. In my opinion anyway, it has to make sense, or it's just not really that important. I don't know, I might be talking absolute rubbish here, but yeah. I tried to make the bathroom super fancy as well, just because I love having fancy bathrooms. I think it's so cool. I think just having a big old fancy bathroom shows wealth. You know what I mean? Like a walk-in shower. Oh my god, if you've got a walk-in shower, you are so rich to me. Like, literally. But I was kind of struggling as well with the landing on the second floor. I don't know why I had to think so much about that, but yeah, it kind of stressed me out a little bit because I was like really confused to how to do it without it just looking really bland, how to open it up to the downstairs. But I always struggle with that. I always struggle with opening it up to downstairs. It really confuses me. So yeah, it was definitely a struggle, but I don't know. This whole build was a struggle. I think that's the easiest way to say it, so I don't keep saying this was a struggle, this was a struggle. The whole build was a struggle. Like, literally, it was so hard to do. I hate filling big spaces. I'd rather make a tiny home than a massive home. You know what I mean? I'd rather make a tiny home than a mansion. That's just what I'd rather do. Also, there's so much modern stuff in The Sims 4, but not enough like oldie worldy gothic stuff. which it's stressful. It's definitely stressful, but I don't know. How do you guys celebrate Halloween? Like, do you like do stuff? Because I don't. I don't really do much. Like, I don't know. I don't really do much. Like, I know a lot of people really celebrate it, which is really cool. I wish I could be you, because I'd love to have like a big Halloween party. But I don't have enough friends that are interested in like Halloween and stuff. I just don't think that'd work. But yeah. I heavily relied on Dream Home Decorator as well for the closet, which I guess that makes sense because they're the only people who have closets. I don't know why I just said people. They're not people. It's a pack. I'm really tired today. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I just kind of filled the closet full of like black clothing. That's basically all it was. Black clothing and torture devices. You know, because I think that's exactly what she'd have in there. She's got like a toy box that's like, it's the one from Parenthood. It's not one of the cutesy ones. It's just a tub that's full of toys. That's literally it. As I was going through, I was constantly adding stuff to Pugsley's room because he's the easier one. He's the one that makes the most sense to me in the nicest way possible. Like, I feel like you can just fill his room full of torture devices, and then yeah, that's basically it then. The really creepy doll that came with the base game, that's like, it came like the update that once. I added that into her room because I feel like she would just have a skeleton doll just randomly. I feel like that's something that she would have. Which sounds weird, but yeah. Something else, I know I'm not there yet, but I actually added a library to this place because there was another room and I don't really know what it was supposed to be. I think it was like a fourth living room, and I'm not adding a fourth living room, so I decided to kind of take matters into my own hands a little bit, and I made it into like a kind of what's it called, a library, like a massive reading space, because I think that's quite cool. I really do. I think it's quite cool. So yeah. With their room as well, with Morticia and the dude's room, I always forget his name. I know it begins with a G, but I can never remember it, so I'm very, very sorry for that. With their room, I added like another living space. It was very, very difficult to try and fill the space, definitely, because there was so much of it. But I added like another living space with like a little fireplace. It looks really, really cosy, but so creepy at the same time, because the fireplace is really old and cracked and stuff, and it doesn't look great, but at the same time, it looks like it definitely fit the mood. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching today. I do have like a little set of pictures at the end to show you what the build looked like and stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.